Friday. Okay, so Friday, May 25th, something legendary happened. We got a diss track from Drake, Duppy freestyle. Now, there's a lot of y'all out there that don't know where the beef started at, and there's a lot of y'all out there that really don't know who Pusha T is, but y'all do, but y'all probably don't realize that y'all do. And I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, who the fuck is Pusha T? Who listens to his music anyway?" You do, and you don't even realize it. But I got a timeline of beef for those who don't know. It's gonna take a little bit, but hopefully you guys learn something. You know what I'm saying? So in 2006, Lil Wayne was on the cover of Vibe magazine. On that cover, he was wearing Bape. At that time, Bape was really like a staple of style for the Clips, which is Pusha T's music group. So shortly after that Bape photo shoot, the Clips came out with a song called Mr. Me Too. And in the song, everybody was wearing Bape, trying to mock Lil Wayne a little bit. Let's see, then a little bit, throughout the years after that, up until 2011, it was kind of like subliminal shots, but nothing really happened. But then Pusha T got things kind of heated again when he came out with a song called Don't Fuck With Me. And this year, Drake is basically a superstar. And if you don't know, Lil Wayne found Drake. So this kind of brings Drake into the beef a little bit. Just kind of like if your homeboy fighting, you fighting, that's kind of what brought Drake into the beef. And in that song, well, no, hold on. He didn't really say anything in that song. But it did have some lines in it where fans were saying it was directed at Drake and Wayne, but Pusha T was like, nah, it wasn't. Then, a year after that, a song called Exodus 23:1 came out. And in that song, Pusha T said, contract all fucked up. I guess it means you all fucked up. You signed to one nigga that signed to another nigga that signed to three niggas. Now that's bad luck. Bars, nigga. God damn. What he's referring to is Lil Wayne being signed to Cash Money. Cash Money is, signed to Republic Records. Republic Records is a part of Universal Music, which is why Lil Wayne has had trouble coming out with music, because he hasn't gotten paid from Cash Money. After this track, Lil Wayne posted a legendary post on Twitter saying, fuck Pusha T and fuck everybody that love him. Which now kind of made the beef with Pusha T and Wayne official. And, Drake is basically still having beef with Pusha by association, because it's like you coming at my homeboy, you know what I'm saying? After this, Drake releases his third album in 2013, Nothing Was the Same. In the song Tuscan Leather, he says, that shit I heard from you lately really relieved some pressure. Like, hey, B, I got your CD, you get an E for effort. I piece letters together and get to talking reckless. I don't change like credentials, you see the necklace. Now, those lines could have really been at anybody, but Pusha T came out with a song called HGTV, which he said is too far gone when the realest ain't real. I walk amongst the clouds so your ceilings ain't real. These niggas Call of Duty because the killings ain't real. With a questionable pen so the feeling ain't real. The too far gone part is a message to, it's basically like a play off Drake's So Far Gone mixtape. I Walk Amongst the Clouds is basically like a playoff, the Nothing Was the Same album cover. Drake's head was in the clouds. And of course the questionable pen part was about, Quentin Miller and all that kind of stuff. And at that time, Drake was being accused of not having his own writer for his songs. Then later on in that year, Drake dropped the freestyle Two Birds, One Stone. In that song, he took some direct shots at Pusha T when he said, but really it's you with all the drug dealer stories that gotta stop though. You made a couple chops and now you think you Chapo. If you ask me though, you ain't lying in trunk with kilos. You bagging weed without watching Pacino with all your niggas. Like, this is what we need to be on, but you never went live. Miller Manning and shit, boy, you was never them guys. I can tell because I look most of you dead in your eyes and you be trying to tell that story for the rest of your lives. And then what he's basically saying in that line is like, you're not really about what you're rapping about. Like, Pusha T is, known for rapping about drugs and stuff like that. And Drake is just kind of challenging that, saying like, yo, you never really sold like that, so why are you rapping like you were just this big kingpin? Now you fast forward to now, like as I said, on the 25th Pusha T dropped Daytona. On the last song, Infared, he said, "Oh, now it's okay to kill a baby." Niggas looked at me crazy like I really killed a baby. And that line, he's referring to Birdman, with the public dispute he's having with Wayne over the money that he's getting. He also said the game's fucked up. Niggas beats is banging. Nigga, your hooks did it. Lyric penning equal to Trump's winning. Now the bigger question is how the Russians did it. It was written like Nas, but it came from quitting, which is direct shots at Drake. Then Drake lit that nigga up. Less than 24 hours, he came out with this song called Duppy Freestyle, which is the first full Drake song we get sending shots at Pusha. So now that we explain that, it's really no confusion on why the beef has started, who Pusha T is, and XYZ. So now that I explained that to the people, who you think got round one? Drake.
Yeah. He put a whole song out that was heat, that was fucking fire. I mean, Pusha had those 2 lines in the song, but I mean, he's really bouncing off of shit that we already known before, we already heard from Meek. You basically repeating what Meek Mill said, but did it in a song. And if you don't have nothing else but the ghostwriting allegations to come at him with, what are you gonna say round 2? You gonna keep saying the same thing?
I think Drake won it, and the only reason Drake won it because, me personally, I don't feel like Pusha planned this out. I feel like Pusha thought he was gonna say Pusha would have gotten away with the song. The fact that he was doing a press run, and that was the main selling point of the song, of the album. That's what I think made Drake kind of snap. I don't think Drake would have cared if it was just a song.
I don't think he would have cared, but that's what I'm saying. But if he didn't really compete back, though, we wouldn't be asking who won.
What you mean?
Like you said, you think the only reason that he won it was because Pusha didn't plan it out.
Yeah.
If he didn't, keep going on the press tour, we wouldn't even be talking about this because Drake.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, that's what I said. Drake probably won't going to respond unless.
I don't think that's the only reason he won, though. I think he won because what is Pusha T?
No, I'm not saying he lost because of. I'm saying Pusha. If you're coming at Drake, that's a strategic nigga.
Yeah.
You have to come with a plan. You can't just come out with a half-ass diss track and think that's gonna do it.
He was sweet. In the end,
Yeah.
he said he can't rap with him.
Yeah.
He can't rap with him.
So then when Drake come out with Duppy Freestyle and you hear this nigga, yeah, that's a cold. Drake a cold nigga, bro.
Rapping with you.
And you know what? I think prior to this, I think that the thing was okay, Drake can rap against Meek, but he not gonna rap against no real lyricists. And I think he kind of deaded that shit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, that whole fucking ghostwriting thing. I looked on Twitter after that and see what people were saying. It's still some people out there that's making jokes. Oh, Drake don't write his shit. Then there's people out there that's like, okay, he didn't write those couple songs. That's dope.
Me personally, the ghostwriting shit don't really. The songs that he said was written for him, to me being a Drake fan, they didn't really stick anyway.
That's what I'm saying. You could tell it wasn't Drake.
But on the other end, it's rap. You shouldn't have had nobody else writing your stuff. So I kind of follow on both sides. But at some point, you got to stop with the whole does he not write his own songs? Because clearly nobody wrote this for Drake.
Drake did it Drake did it all that with the first line. With the first line, he said.
But I think Pusha is just playing off of that's something. Everybody's gonna say that about Drake from now on. Everybody. That's always gonna be a stain on his. You know what I'm saying? Even when you hear other rappers talking about him, I like Kendrick, I like Cole. If you notice, they don't really say Drake anymore, and it's because of that ghostwriting stuff. So what Meek Mill did was kind of put a little permanent stain on Drake's resume when it comes to you talking about him as the best rapper. But I do think he can get a lot of bit of that credibility back if he bodies Pusha T in this shit. Because I don't think it's over. I think Pusha T gonna come back with a song, but I think that's why. But you know what I hate though? When they doing the rap beef thing, right? Now I get it. Pusha T promoting the album, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you do the rap beef thing, I personally feel like you got to stay off Twitter until your diss track come out. So I don't like seeing Pusha on Twitter.
Pusha mentioned he quoted the tweet. He quoted when Drake dropped it. It says send the other 20 seconds of the invoice or something like that.
I saw that, but I was
It's
like,
corny. That's corny.
nah,
bro.
you gotta.
That's corny.
You should have recorded that tweet with another SoundCloud link or something.
That's corny, bro. Because I mean,
I was just like, yo, what do you? He really,
for me,
he Twitter fingering right now, bro. And
that's
I don't
what I'm
like.
saying. Don't say nobody can't rap with you, but then when he want to rap with you,
Now
I'ma
you
say,
sweet.
I see a
Nah.
lot of people saying that that Drake saying that first line did make a lot of people say that though. Like, yo, you telling me he wrote for somebody else, but he can't write for himself? And Drake would say, yeah, he collabed with Quentin. I think him owning that is kind of like him owning that gonna give him some of that credibility back.
But you know what was? I was watching DJ Academics, right? He was breaking down the lines of the Drake diss. You remember how he was like, I could never have a version of my circle and be scared because XYZ.
You talking about the P&D shit?
Yeah.
Partner door shit?
If Pusha's smart, he can use to say that about Party Next Door. And he can use the weekend situation too.
I don't
if
know.
He's smart.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't say the Party Next Door thing. Because
Like, there's a couple lines in there Drake was saying.
40. When did you see that DJ Academics thing? The other day?
No, this was this morning.
Okay. Because I remember one time when DJ Academics also said when he talked to 40.
Yeah.
And 40 was saying basically like, just because we bring you on OVO, don't mean you're going to get a cosign from Drake. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He said that doesn't mean. 40 told him that, and DJ Academics went on Everyday Struggle talked about it. He was like, you're not going to get a cosign. You're going to work yourself.
I think Party doesn't need
Party had, but he's had a cosign though.
Honestly, I think
some of his breakout songs were with Drake.
Yeah.
So he's had a cosign. So you can't really say that about the Party Next Door situation. Because I mean, you don't hear J. Cole on songs with Jay-Z all the time. You feel me?
I mean, we ain't heard that since Mr. Nice Watch.
And yeah, that's what I'm
that
saying.
Shit boo boo.
Like, so I mean,
Nice
I don't think you can really say that with that situation. Because I mean, you got that cosign. Now everybody else know that, but I don't know about them. I don't know if they're big. If they're not just big over here, but big across seas. Because Drake also pushes people across seas. But that line to me, it was kind of like, I get it.
Yeah. I'm just ready for that shit, man. Pusha T, if he gonna come out with something, bruh, Drake is the only artist that you have to play his game and beat him at it. So what that means is you have to make a good song. Infrared was a good song. It just happened to have a Drake diss in it.
I think it's known because of Drake diss. I don't think if it didn't have
it rides without the Drake diss though.
I don't know. To me, I hear it, it's like, okay, that's a diss.
I think of it as a song, but Pusha T has the song making ability to make a good song and make a good diss. One advantage that Drake has, that social media following, it's almost like cult-like. So what I don't like is all of a sudden nobody listens to Pusha T.
But you know what? It was a lot of people that also.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah.
Everybody has it though. Meek Mill fans had it. Meek Mill had it.
It's only with Drake. Drake has that luxury though. Only Drake and a couple rappers.
Nah, people did it for Meek too. People come to Drake by that ghostwrite shit. You know, even when people always say, "Oh, he didn't write it though," or "He didn't write though," shut the fuck up. You know he wrote that. You just a Meek Mill fan.
Do we though?
That's what I'm saying.
Do we though? Because that's one of the questions I be having sometimes. I be having to think about that.
Hey,
did he really write it?
If you don't think he wrote it, I mean,
did he really write it? You know what I'm saying? That's some question that Meek.
You like Kanye? You got a question there?
Kanye's never claimed to be the best rapper though.
I mean,
which is another point.
That was back in the day, bro. I mean,
Kanye has never claimed to be the best rapper like Drake has. You can't say I'm not number one. What do you say? I'm not one of them. No, I'm not two. Top one of them, not two, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You can't say that if another nigga writing your bars. Kanye has never said like, yo, I'm the best rapper ever. That's the difference between Kanye and Drake.
If you only wrote them 4 songs, yeah, okay. Until I see it on the reference track, you know I go off of. I'm not going off that he said, she said. You find them reference tracks, show me the rest of them.
Not every song gonna have reference tracks though.
So you got to show somebody else needs to speak up. Then. You found Quentin, so somebody else needs to speak up.
And that's one thing Drake got going for him too.
Until then,
because even if you
take them 4 songs out of the catalog, still number 1. Still number 1.
How much are they hiding though?
What you mean?
How much are they hiding? Like, it's easy to hide some ghostwriting shit. I don't know how the Quentin shit got out, but it's easy to hide some ghostwriting shit.
Not hiding nothing. That's why I said I can.
You'll never know.
Exactly. That's why I said until something get in my face. Until something get in my face, man. It's like I go off facts. I can't go off speculation. Fact of this is Pusha got bodies. That's me.
Did he really?
Yeah, he got bodies, bro.
Bodied, or do you think
He got bodies. He threw 2 lines.
You don't-
Let me tell you what he did. He took his foot in the water. And Drake was a shark, can't beat that shit off. That's what it was.
Yeah,
He wanted to test the water.
Push.
He got bodies, bro. I know you a Pusha T
He
fan.
didn't.
He got bodies.
Nah, I'm a fan of both of them.
He got bodies, bro.
Did he get
I know you want some competition. He got bodies, bro. He stuck his foot. And then what's worse, he stuck his foot in the water trying to pick. Because when he was on that Breakfast Club interview, he was laughing.
He got bit by the shark, but he's still living though. He ain't
For
get
now.
bit.
For now.
Yeah, now bro
We
might
gave-
be still,
we
but he
gave
got
him-
bit by the shark, then got back on the surfboard and shit. The shark ain't come eat his ass up already, bro.
Hey, you know what?
The homo.
Because I think that was a shot. I think that was Drake like, throwing that shot. They're like, okay, you say I can't rap with you, fuck with you. Because I'm be honest, I'm tired of hearing that old Drake can't stick with you. I think he can stick with you. I think he can stick with you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But I ain't gonna lie, just got me wanting to see the another rap beef go down that people been talking about, bro.
What?
Big Sean versus Kendrick. Me personally, I don't feel like there's enough shots in there. But nigga, if it's one beef I want to see, or either Kendrick versus Drake, one of them niggas, bro. Kendrick versus one of these niggas, bro.
This is why I don't want to see it.
Drake got like 2 Infinity Stones, bro. He took Meat Mill. He got the Dread nigga Infinity Stones, bro. He took Meat Mill. He took Pusha T. I want to see the Kendrick, bro.
I don't want to
It's
see it.
about time, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't want to see it. When I look at Kendrick, I look at somebody like a J. Cole too. I think Kendrick, when it comes to making a diss song,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would go hard like a Meek or fucking or Pusha T would
Do
go.
you think?
I don't think
Okay,
he would throw them hard shots. And I think he's one of them guys too where
Kendrick can make a
essentially-
good song though.
I don't think. I mean,
I think
don't
for
like-
that
it's not a
nigga,
lot
Kendrick
of-
is another one of them niggas, bro. Kendrick might really make a good song. Or
But do you think?
Kendrick might be able to pull a back-to-back on Drake ass, nigga.
But do you think he would go hard? Like, you know, Meek was coming hard with talking shit. Push would come.
Wait,
hard with
which
talking
one? Which
shit.
one? You talking about?
When he came out with the first one, the one that was kind of doodle, he was going hard with that one.
Shit,
It
just
just
start
was
recording.
trash. Yeah. Cut off.
All right, I'm right. 19 minutes. I like that. Shit. All right.